I'm Lisa Chavez of Chavez Gallery. My husband and I have been studying art together 12 years. In order to decide what to paint, we set ourselves themes. In terms of marketing, I would say that I lean towards paintings that have strong contrast. The color red is very important. So if I know that I need to make a painting that will be on a show card for an event, I'll make sure that there's a pop of red in there. We've learned over the years that people respond emotionally to the color red. They click on it more online. And so as a result, it's become a sort of a major factor in composition for us in our art. Pieces that we choose for marketing, we try to choose images that will reach other people. We try not to make the art, it's personal, but it can't be all about us. And so we try to...
If it's too specific, sorry to interrupt, if it's too specific, then your crowd that you're marketing to gets narrower. So we try to make things a little bit more generalized.
Yeah, experiences that people will have.
Yeah, use symbols that most people will recognize.
I tend to lean on heavily the moments when you need a bad attitude to get you through. I think we can all share that experience, so I make a lot of art that's a little bit sassy or maybe confrontational. No, years ago we realized that for us to do this as a full-time job, we had to think about what was sustainable for us. And for us, it's not sustainable to try to imagine what people want out of art. People can read and experience your authenticity when you're creating art. And so instead of trying to guess what people want, we create art that is important to us, art that we would buy. Yes, and I think you also have to do art that is exciting for you. So it has to mean something to you as well, otherwise it's production work, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not what we've chosen. Ooh, top 3 pieces.
Well, we've been painting for a long time.
We have 12 years of almost full-time art to think about. Top 3 pieces in terms of sales. That's what you're looking for? Do you want visual aid? Should I bring out? Okay. So we set ourselves a show theme every 2 months. And for those months, we paint to that theme. For instance, our show this first Friday in December will be Beauty and the Beast themed. Not so much Beauty and the Beast as Beauties and Beasts. And so we paint to a theme and we unveil all the new artwork at the Art Walk. And usually a few pieces find their home either before the Art Walk because of our social media connection with our clients or during the Art Walk. What we have in our gallery that you can see is almost all of our stock. We actually don't have paintings waiting to replace the ones that are on the wall. So of course it depends on the price point of the painting. Of course you're going to, if I have a painting that only takes me several days and I can keep it within a several $100 price range, there are going to be more people that both love that painting and can afford that painting as one that I decide needs to be a larger piece and spend, say, 3 to 5 months on. And then I must find someone who not only really relates to the concept of the art and the execution, but can pay me for 5 months of work. And so the larger pieces typically take a longer time to find a home. It's not always the case, but on average. Oh no, we just wait for the right buyer. I think
Sometimes we've waited up to 10 years.
Yeah, that you really have to find somebody
Yeah.
that is in the same mindset as you for that
Yeah.
particular piece of artwork.
The ones that appeal to most people, those will usually move faster than the really
Quickly.
specific ones.
I'm like anything with cats.
Yeah,
ba-
anything with cats goes quickly, or dogs.
bad attitude sells well.
Yeah. Ocean themed artwork.
Ocean theme. You know, almost everybody, music is an important aspect of their life. Their day-to-day, their mental health, their memories of their past, all those things can be tied into music. We do.
Feels weird.
And so that helps us learn when we're choosing topics, to choose more topics that can find a client and less topics that are, I've done some that are just too cerebral, idioms or plays on words that are just too obscure. And that can take some time to find the right person. Yes, very particular. And they have to have taken the time to really look at that artwork and really read the title and put it all together. And when there's this much artwork, it takes a concerted effort to visit each piece and each universe as you go through. Yes, my husband and I have both been full-time artists for 7 years. We married 11 years ago and decided that the goal would be full-time art. And so it took us about 4.5 years to be able to quit our day jobs. Each year that we were able to sell more art online and painting on the street and giving out business cards, all the things that we trial and error found worked for us. We would get to take a day off of our regular 9-to-5 job and replace that with effort towards succeeding in the arts. This particular location we've been in for 2.5 years, and for 3 years prior we were just around the corner. Had a bit less exposure. It was a bigger, more open, better location. Yes, the room and also our room in the back for making prints and doing all the things that we need to do. We used to have to split that up between home and our gallery location. Now we can have it all here. So it's very efficient. We create, well, Chris, my husband Chris creates the prints. He's very attention to detail oriented person, and so we wound up just buying a large format printer and making the prints ourselves so that we could be sure of the quality. So we're able to do that here now. If someone wants a particular size, we can have it ready, cut, printed, cut, signed, and packaged in 15 minutes.
Quite a lot of artists that send out for the prints to be printed at different companies, and they're often not very happy with the results.
We were not happy with the results.
Okay, now out of your, I just got a few more for you.
Sure.
What do you like most about your new gallery opposed to your old one?
Oh, it's gonna sound silly, but these tall ceilings.
Well, when we married, Chris had moved here from California, and we both had jobs that were very poorly paying. We were working minimum wage retail jobs, and I think the decision to pursue the arts, as rare as this may sound, was actually to make it possible for us to pay our bills. So it started as a side hustle in addition to our 40 and 50-hour work weeks where we were at. And over the years, we gained traction with marketing and so forth, whether it's in person or on social media. It takes time to build relationships with the number of clients that you need to go full time. So you just have to keep chipping away at it each year until you're able to replace. Of course, our decision to do it was fairly easy because when you're only replacing minimum wage, it's a much smaller hurdle than hoping to hit 60,000 your first year full time. So, baby steps. Yeah.